Welcome to the Freedom Club Podcast, where we discover the fight for freedom, fulfillment, passion, and purpose. Your host is Curt Gallup certified strengths coach, an agency founder who is dedicated to coaching individuals seeking to level up their life and their businesses. The Freedom Club is about unlocking your talents, turning them into strengths, and crushing your objectives. You can learn more at curtmercadante.com. Welcome to the Freedom Club.
This is the Freedom Club Podcast. I'm your host, Curt Mercadante. It is Monday, April 2nd, which means it's time for the Monday Motivator segment. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, a happy Easter, happy Passover, whatever you celebrate. If you don't celebrate either, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I wish you a great weekend ahead. Listen, today I want to talk about decisions. You know, Woody Allen once famously said that 80% of life is just showing up, and I get that. You know, showing up is important. But before we even get there, you have to make the decision on whether or not you're even going to show up. And so I think a huge part of success and fulfillment in life is the ability to be decisive, the ability to make decisions. You know, I talk to so many people who, when it comes time to make even simple decisions, they freeze with fear. They're so afraid of making the wrong choice that they avoid making a choice altogether. When asked to choose between the red pill and the blue pill, they simply turn around and run the other way. I'm sorry, but this is no way to go through life, especially if you're someone who's stuck in a rut, stuck in a comfort zone of misery. You're stuck and you know you might just be one good decision away from a life of freedom and fulfillment, but you punt, you delay, you avoid a simple decision, avoid making a simple choice that could change your life. In reality, by not making a decision, you're actually making a choice to remain stuck in the status quo. Now, you may talk a big game, right? You may read all the self-help books, listen to all the right podcasts. You may be even one of those people who loves to fill your Facebook and Twitter feeds with motivational quotes. But when it comes time to act, when it's go time, you freeze with fear. My friends, when you're driving somewhere and take a wrong turn, what do? You stop, check the map, get back on the road and head toward your destination. You self-correct. It's the same with life. I'd like to tell you a brief story. You know, once upon a time, it was about 17 or 18 years ago, I found myself out of work. I had just quit a toxic job and I was looking for another one. A job offer came to me from a small nonprofit speech and hearing clinic. The pay was horrible. I didn't even have an office. I had a desk in a small storage closet surrounded by metal shelves. But I made the decision to take the job because I knew if it didn't work out, I could self-correct and find a new one. Well, the job kind of sucked. I hated it. It certainly didn't help my career in any way, and I left after only 10 months. But you know what happened during that 10 months? I met a beautiful young speech-language pathologist who worked at the clinic, and we struck up a friendship. A few years later, that friendship blossomed into our marriage, and we've been married for almost 16 wonderful years, and we now have 4 children. So that decision to take a dead-end job ended up being the most important single decision I've made in my life. My point is this: don't be so afraid of making a wrong decision that you prevent yourself from making the decisions that can fundamentally alter your life for the better. If you're stuck in a rut, make the decision to jump out of it and start running. If you're running in the wrong direction, you can always fix that, but at least you're running instead of stuck in your comfort zone of misery. So my challenge to you this week is to think of that one decision you've been holding off on making because you've been too scared to act. Make the decision, own your decision, self-correct if necessary, but always keep moving forward so you don't get stuck. I want to thank you for listening to the Freedom Club Podcast. My name is Curt Mercadante, and I wish you a week filled with freedom and abundance. Thank you.